Hey folks, Adam here, heading to work. This is my second shot at doing a Robocop 2014 review. I got a little road rage incident, so I got screwed up and flustered, and the whole video got screwed, so I'm going to try to shoot it again and put my thoughts more in order. As a standalone movie, I think it was alright. I was really hoping for more, I think. But what remakes, really, I don't expect a whole lot. First things first, they kept the soundtrack to the original movie, which in the beginning I was like, awesome, because it kind of sucks you back into the feeling of Robocop, but at the same time, it didn't, I don't know, it wasn't worthy of the soundtrack. I kind of wish they would have just went with a whole new soundtrack like they did on Man of Steel, instead of using the John Williams theme or something. And, they did that in Superman Returns, and that movie kind of tanked, and maybe they learned their lesson, I don't know. Anyway, and so it starts off with the music. Another thing is, I noticed kind of right off the bat that the violence was toned down quite a bit. How he gets hurt to the point of needing to become Robocop was a car bomb, and it's like, it was, I don't know, that was weak sauce to me. I mean, in the first movie, he just gets the shit torn out of him, shot up to the point where, there's nothing left, and then he gets shot in the head. And in this movie, they just kind of car bomb, and then all of a sudden he's, in the suit, and they almost made it seem as though he was more damaged by the car bomb than he was in the original movie. I mean, I don't know. It's like they tried to play it off, but I thought it was just weak. I was like, what? Come on. And then he's got this big ass gun, but the gun doesn't fire normal bullets. It fires these like stun gun pulse rounds or whatever that do damage other things like, like bullets, but just randomly will stun people and stuff instead, to where he can shoot anything at any time and not kill it. So there's no blood because he's not actually shooting them with a bullet that penetrates the body. And I think and he's shooting a lot of robots. So, I mean, they toned down the violence like so much that was weak sauce to me too. And I don't need it to be violent, but Robocop was violent. I mean, and it felt like, oh, well, we need to make this more kid-friendly or something. And I was like, whatever, I mean, I remember seeing Robocop, I was like 11 or 12, the original one. But I don't know, that was weak. And then for some reason, out of the blue, after he gets blown up, he wakes up and they've been putting him back together and he's in the suit and everything. For some reason, they're in China. I mean, there's no explanation as to why they're in China. They're just in China, and the facility, the OCP facility, and there's really no point to it. There's no point to them being in China at all. It doesn't play into anything. I mean, I don't know why they put that in there at all. I mean, it didn't make any sense. And then the bad guy, the Valen or whatever, the bad guy that was the drug lord or whatever, the Clarence Boddicker character, was just, he was weak sauce too. I mean, he wasn't even related to the Sellers guy, the Dick Jones character, kind of from OCP at all. They, in the original movie, they were in cahoots, you know, and in this movie, they weren't even related. And then when Robocop does end up killing the drug lord guy that actually planted the car bomb, you're just kind of like, oh, well. I mean, there was no sense of satisfaction to him getting to that guy and killing him and being like, fuck yeah, fuck you, buddy, you know, when he got killed with that ice pick thing in the dude's hand, you know, in Robocop's hand, which they don't even put in this movie at all. Which, you know, I don't know, it's fine. I just, that was one of my favorite things in the original movie. You know, they changed his partner to a guy. Okay, big change. And they left the name Lewis, you know, and I was like, what's his first name? I mean, you don't even hear the dude's first name the whole movie. Well, you hear it a couple times, but you're not really paying attention. And the dude's name's Jack. And you're like, well, I half expect them to name him Andrew, you know, because the chick in the original movie's name was Anne, you know, I mean, because that's how cheesy some of the come-offs were. They put, you know, they toned the violence way down. His family was involved with him the whole time. I mean, there was no, you know, the family thought he was dead in the first movie and kind of wrote him off and moved on with their lives. And it made it even more tragic. And in this movie, the family's there the whole time. And it's just kind of like, you know, you don't feel that, man, this guy lost everything kind of deal like you did in the first movie. And then, I don't know, that just takes away from some of the tragedy of it. And then the violence was toned way down, and it's just like he fought a lot of robots, and it was just kind of like, I don't know. I didn't really have any real moment when he killed, you know, Sellers or killed the bad drug lord guy that put him in the suit to begin with. I mean, it just didn't hold up. The only character I really liked was the Gary Oldman character, the doctor that was working with him to put him back together and function, you know, and I don't know. It was really kind of weak. So, I'm getting ready. I got to go to work. I've been sitting here for a minute, but anyway, it just, I don't know. It just felt like they were playing to a more PG crowd, and that it didn't have that gravity, and they threw in a bunch of lines from the first movie, which to me, I don't know. It depends on how they're delivered. In this movie, you had the guys, you know, the lines I remember is one of the guys says, "I wouldn't buy that for $1." And then another line is, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." And I think he says, "Thank you for your cooperation" at some point. And I don't know. I know those three for sure. And it's just like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. In the Total Recall remake, they kind of used some of the lines too, and I liked it better, the Total Recall remake, but this one just kind of felt like, I don't know, it underwhelmed me. And I was really looking forward to the movie, and so I'm gonna sign off. A lot of ums in this one, and uhs. Oh, the movie that I loved, one of the most loved movies I've had in the last couple of years was a remake, or to a degree a remake, and that was the Judge Dredd movie. But if anything, they took a campy, kind of Americanized crap version of Judge Dredd and made it grittier and harder and more bloody, I guess, and that appealed to me. And also, when he delivered his line, the line, you know, I am the law, it just felt like, fuck yeah, you are the law, you know? In the original movie, I mean, Sylvester Stallone's like, I am the law, you know, and he's like yelling it and trying to be all, and in the second movie, the dude's just like quietly, almost quietly whispering it into the PA system. He's like, she is not the law, I am the law, you know, and you're like, fuck yeah, you know? So I don't know. The problem is they'll probably make a Robocop remake, and they probably won't ever make a Dredd remake, and it was a way better movie. So, signing off, that's my opinion on it, and you can take it to wherever you want to, and I'll see you later. Bye.